Amid the rise in shootings and heated calls to defund the NYPD, a big city right next door is celebrating one of its safest years in 6 decades.
And it credits a positive police and community relationship. CBS2's Jessica Layton is in Newark with a story that you'll see only on 2.
Because I love my city, and I see it changing for the better.
It's a pride that can bring even the toughest guys to tears. After spending 14 years in prison, William Lattimore has become the change he wanted to see for his city.
I'm working on maybe 7 different conflicts that's in the city.
He's a leading member of the Newark Community Street Team, formed 6 years ago under Mayor Ross Baraka. Akila Sherrills is the man in charge.
Many of our staff are credible messengers. They're former gang members, ex-convicts, ex-drug dealers, folks who have changed and transformed their lives.
Now they work to transform these streets.
You keeping it clean, brother?
Most are lifelong Newark residents with a so-called hood history. These men and women have a connection with the high-risk community many cops don't have.
Someone who experienced what they experienced is the best people to be able to teach them and guide them and lead them, in the right direction.
The Newark Street Team has trusts from people that will never trust us. They'll never trust the police, or not right now.
Public Safety Director Anthony Ambrose says the team is one piece of why crime is down here. The city says its homicide rate in 2019 was the lowest it's been since 1961. And since last year, violent crime and arrests are also down, putting 2020 on track to be even better.
De-escalation training. It's just not a word that you're going to use. You have to make sure that your officers are trained.
And overall, the cries that we're hearing to defund the police in other cities across the country seem a little quieter, maybe a little calmer here in Newark. It may be that some of the public's demands are already being met here.
Newark is leading the country in that, last week we moved 5% of the police department's $230 million budget into a new department of violence prevention and community wellness.
Willing to point out the positives in policing when a recent protest brought out 12,000 in Newark.
I think what the police did was listen to community.
A community determined not to repeat history like the riots of 1967.
We asked not to show up as though you're looking to bust heads or stomp on heads. It set precedents to pull its officers back and let community deal with it.
A two-way street putting Newark on a better path. Jessica Layton, CBS 2 News.
And Newark also has a policy that says officers must live in the city for their first year on the force so they can make the city they're patrolling their home.